Kunigami fans can finally rest well tonight because I'm pretty confident we'll be seeing a goal out of him within the next 3 to 4 chapters. What's going on everyone, my name is Animasu, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Blue Lock chapter 254 spoilers and translations. If you enjoy the content I push out and would like to support me, please go ahead and check that you subscribe to the channel, commented below your thoughts, and also check out my community Discord down in the description. I hope you all have an amazing day, and please enjoy today's leaks. We start off as always with the intro text which reads, "After France takes the lead, Isagi and his team are ready to strike back. The Egoist, hungry for their goal, now raise the signal for a counterattack." Picking back up from the last chapter, we know that Kunigami has been tasked with taking away Shidou Ryusei's freedom. This actually does cause a formation change unlike what I thought, resulting in Kunigami being swapped from the second striker back into the midfield next to Ryusei. I've already seen some people crying about this because they think that means Kunigami won't score now, but this formation change literally puts him right next to Kiyora Jin too. His time to shine really couldn't be more clear here. Kiyora is even seen here verbally agreeing and coordinating with his teammates as Ryusei encourages them all by saying that it's only 1 point. He gasses them up and says to play even better now, with Kagamaru shouting that he'll surely stop the next shot attempt. I really do think it's time for Kagamaru to have a training chapter or backstory one, because the route he's going just kinda seems weird to me. What do you guys think the author intends to do about the whole U20 goalkeeper situation? Moving on though, the leaks then cut over to the PXG side of things, where Tokimitsu and Nanase are having a chat. Apparently they're not celebrating or showing any excitement over Shidou's goal, because their main focus is only on assisting Rin. Despite being on the field at the same time, PXG's 2 strikers still have their own respective little henchmen within the team, so if itoshi Rin doesn't score a goal, Tokimitsu and Nanase's value and ranking won't go up as well, making them all a part of the same boat. Charles also just emotes on us once again here, throwing up a devious little smirking emoji, so we know he'll continue to stand on business in this match. We then get a 4-way spread panel of the team's aces, or to better explain, it's just a Shidou roast session. itoshi Rin calls Shidou an eyesore, and even Isagi backs him up despite being on the opposing team. Even Kaiser takes a shot at him by calling him a scummy pink-haired annoyance. I mean, Blue Lock TV needs to have a mature rating, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for cussing, put the kids to bed. Anyways, the game finally starts with faster Munich on the counter, as we see Kaiser passing the ball right off to Alexis Ness. He then also doubles down on the Shidou hate train by threatening to burn him to ashes, which really just excites Shidou even more because it's more attention and eyes on him. Ness then makes the pass over to Grim as the perspective switches over to Isagi, who we see striving to reproduce it. As he sprints up the field alongside the offense, Isagi is only thinking about one thing, and that's how to recreate the peak goal with Hiori. Both of them may logically understand how to execute it, but it's no easy task to get 2 players into that state of deep immersion. Unlike Shidou, who plays for his own pleasure from instinct, Isagi wants to be someone who can foresee the field's future using data and info. Just then, however, Isagi is seen to be having a realization of some sort after thinking of Shidou's style of play. Not everybody enters this state of top performance for the same reasons or ways, because this process and concentration vary from each person. It just kind of sounds like an extension or variable of egocentrism to me, but let me just continue on and let Isagi yap some more. He believes there to be 2 distinct types of players and paths to reach the top performance that's required here, using himself and Shidou as examples. Shidou pursues goals and acts purely for his own pleasure, however Isagi plays calculatively, analyzing his surroundings to find the hotspot of the field. He names these ego types as self-type and world-type egos, which is honestly really lame from the dude who came up with Metavision. The self-type egoist is someone who wants the attention all on them even when scoring, while the world type wants people to focus on their goals and play instead. It's not even like there's a good or bad type to be, it's just more about your personality, nature type, and which mentality allows you to efficiently bring out your ability. The self-ego type only cares about their own values and wants, pushing the world's normality to the side. They want to show off their abilities through immersing themselves in their emotions and style. Isagi relates this type to people such as Bachira, Barou, Nagi, and even Zantetsu surprisingly, which makes me wonder if we'll get a goal from our toaster boy. On the other hand, the world-type ego actually does care about the world's values, because they want to have a sense of meaning and merit from the world through their showcase of abilities. He believes people like Karasu, Hiori, Reo, and himself to all fall in this category for sure, as they all play logically. Isagi then begins to wonder about what other people's ego outside of his known is, such as Kunigami and Charles. He even wonders if Kaiser is a world-type egoist like himself. Like, does he truly care about winning for the sake of merit and the trophy? He especially can't figure out what type itoshi Rin is, meaning he needs to analyze more now having this in mind. Not only will he process the ongoing field of play, but he also wants to understand everyone else's desires to best reach his state of top performance. With Isagi's yap session ending with him declaring that he'll find his own best through this, the ball is once again seen flying in the direction of Alexis Ness. Zantetsu, however, slides in and stops this pass from going through, and it kinda looks like he hurt Ness here. It'll be more clear in the officials in next chapter, but to me it looked like Ness winced in pain, and it's also hard to tell if Zantetsu actually made contact with him. The ball luckily does end up bouncing over to Hiori, however, who leaps into the air to gain possession. Landing back down in a badass panel I can't wait to show you all tomorrow without getting copyrighted, Hiori thanks Zantetsu for the Uber Eats. Even Zantetsu realizes the high level of synchronization between Hiori and his partner as we see Isagi sprinting into a position. Hiori too wants to reproduce that goal and reach his peak, however he doesn't just want to depend and pass to Isagi, but rather whoever can meet his best ideal, just as itoshi Sai does. Just as he's about to pass though, Charles ends up sneaking in from behind and stealing the ball off of Yo Hiori. Charles even trolls him by poking his cheek and complimenting him, saying that he has nice eyes. Now I don't know what he's on about, but I don't want to see a single comment saying that Charles has Riz. I know one of you was typing it just in. As Charles begins to then sprint away with the ball, Hiori is then left stunned as his pass cut was read through so easily. With Reggie screaming out to not let Charles pass, Hiori also makes the realization that Charles has metavision just like he and Isagi do. If he wants to reproduce that 120% goal of theirs, then he'll have to take down this young demonic imp that is Charles. We then watch as he passes the ball off towards the direction of Shidou, which gets bro chuckling all weird as he thinks he's gonna bag another one here. Just then, as if nobody could have predicted this, Kunigami appears out of nowhere, telling Shidou that it's been a while. His eyes are blacked out just like when he stepped out of Wildcard, so I can't tell if he's actually tapping into temporary flow or if it's just an indication of his ego still being restrained here. Kunigami then dashes forward ahead of Shidou while holding him off, screaming out to the demon who once defeated him. Shidou literally doesn't even recognize Kunigami as he asks who the hell he is, resulting in Kunigami saying that he ruined his life. With this type of rage being displayed, Kuni might end up getting both of them a red card for a fistfight or brawl, and I wouldn't mind. While leaping into the air and stopping the pass with his head, Kunigami reminds Shidou of exactly who he is by mentioning the nickname he gave him, the mediocre hero. Raichi screams out in support of the Dark Horse as Shidou and Charles look super shocked by this turn of events. Hiori and Kunigami are also both synced up and monologuing about what their best is, with Hiori's being to surpass Charles and Kunigami being to challenge Shidou. Everything's adding up here, ladies and gentlemen, so let me call it clear as day here first. Kunigami, Yo Hiori, and Kiyora Jin will end up linking up exactly as I said during the Ubers match, to create a super goal that boosts up all of their values, and also reawakens Kunigami's ego. It might just be Hiori and Kunigami though, because their goals align perfectly to defeat the demonic duo of Shidou and Charles. Let me know what you guys think of this outcome, or would you rather prefer something else? Anyways, with that being the end of the leagues, we're left with the outro text which says, "The key to victory is in your hands. Win this extreme showdown and become the hero who saves Germany." Even the outro text seems to be in reference to Kunigami and his heroic nature. And in the chapter, he also brought up Shidou's nickname of mediocre hero. Expect the masterclass soon from Hiori and Kunigami. Anyways, chapter 255's upcoming title is Getting Fired Up Again, which also is obviously in reference to Kunigami Rensuke. I believe we'll actually be on break next week, which will be sad. However, I think the wildcard flashbacks are coming very soon from what we're seeing here. With that being the end of today's video, I just want to thank you all so much for tuning in. If you'd like to support my channel for absolutely free, please check that you subscribe to the channel, commented below your thoughts, and even consider checking out my community Discord down in the description. I'll see you all tomorrow for my official overview of the chapter, so please take care until then.